Welcome back. It's time now for Kara's Cures. Did you know around 1/3 of modern drugs came directly or indirectly from nature?
Yeah, more and more Americans are actually turning to natural and plant-based medicine. And here in our studio to talk more about it is Whole Health Wellness Center founder and the medical director, Dr. Jennifer Stagg, who's a naturopathic doctor. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about the show real quick. It's very exciting.
So we have a new show.
Yes,
The Natural Doctors. It's through Nutmeg TV. You can watch it on YouTube, and new episodes. This week's episode is about our topic, and it's coming out on Thursday.
That's awesome. I mean, you know, I think people don't realize, but like a lot of, if you're taking a drug, it could be a lot more potent, but it's probably rooted in a plant.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a long history of pharmaceuticals being derived from plant medicine.
Aloe, for instance?
Yes, so aloe is a really good example of something that we use like just topically, and it's like directly from medicine, from plants.
Give us some more examples of things that we would say, oh, I didn't know that.
Right, exactly. So statins is probably the biggest one, I would say, because so many Americans take statins, and that was actually derived from red yeast rice. Now, people think about red yeast rice, and they don't, like, they might have heard that for cholesterol reduction, but that's where statins originally came from.
I had no idea.
And clinical trials, people think, okay, if I'm doing natural, you know, it might not work as well, or who knows, whatever. But that's not true. There are clinical trials, and in fact, 15 of them show that the red yeast rice reduced your LDL cholesterol level similar to a low-dose statin.
Exactly. So it is. It's similar to low-dose statin, but even more interesting is there was a large study done in China where they looked at outcomes after heart attacks. So a lot of people take statins because it will reduce their cardiovascular risk, meaning like subsequent heart attacks, dying after having their first heart attack. And so that's why statins are prescribed. That's called secondary prevention. And there's a study on red yeast rice in China with 5,000 people, double-blinded, and it actually has better results than statins for outcomes, like 45% reduction in cardiovascular events.
5,000 people.
5,000 people.
Wow.
So, like, you know, we'll always hear, oh, that's not science-based, there's no science on that, and there's, you know, robust studies being done, double-blind, randomized, controlled.
Just real quick, side path. How did you get involved in this? I don't know anything about you. Tell me more.
No. Well, I was tracking in conventional medicine. I was in a PhD program. Then I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll just do an MD PhD program. And I just happened upon a brochure on naturopathic medicine in the Career Planning Center. Like, I was tracking, I was going to go into medical school and do research.
And is it the same training as?
It's a different school. So just like there's medical schools, then there's osteopathic medical schools, dental schools, then there's naturopathic medical schools.
But it's med school.
It is, yes, absolutely.
Like 4 or 5 years of school.
4-year training, gross anatomy, like everything, clinical training.
I knew none of this.
Yeah, and so people, when they say, oh, you know, not a real doctor, and I hope people don't say this much anymore, but yes, you're a real doctor.
Right.
Yes, you went to med school.
Yes. Not make believe.
It's all preventative. And I know sometimes you would say it's okay. It's okay to combine natural medicine with prescription drugs, but sometimes you want to try the natural first because fewer side effects and less expensive.
Right, so that's the big thing, is that a lot of these medicines that are derived from nature, the beauty of nature is that it's not just like hitting one pathway hard with just one ingredient. So when you have a plant, you have all this complexity, but that actually is a beautiful thing because it reduces the risk of side effects, because it balances everything out instead of just like driving one pathway
You know,
hard.
I got a headache. Can you pass the willow bark?
Yeah.
The willow bark instead of the aspirin. Willow bark is aspirin.
Yeah, exactly. So aspirin, here's another very well-known medicine derived from nature, comes from willow bark, and that has a history of use, like indigenous Egyptians, like.
How do we get in touch with you? Because you're incredible.
We're going to take a deeper dive on the Kara's Cures podcast. You can visit Dr. Stagg at wholehealthllc.com. Also, The Natural Doctors airs on YouTube and Nutmeg TV. New episode coming out this week, so you can also visit her in Farmington.
She's real, people.
It's not make-believe.
She is real. Have a great day, everybody.